In episode 47 of Mumbo Jumbo's Hermitcraft Season 10 series, he put out a call of action for the viewers to see how he could decorate the remaining modules of his supercomputer build. Do be warned, minor Hermitcraft spoilers ahead. At the end of the season, Mumbo intends to inject his consciousness into this supercomputer so that he may live forever on Magic Mountain Row, courtesy of the MINED Corporation. The main attraction of the build is the impending Mumbo face screen with animated eyes. This got me thinking, as it already has a brain, Mumbo's brain to be exact, what else does a computer need? The answer? A memory bank. Although Mumbo's consciousness will be stored in the screen, he'll need a hard drive to store all his precious memories for eternal preservation. Upon examining the rest of the build, I noticed that the unfinished module on top of the computer covers a 21 block wide, 9 block tall, and 4 block deep space. Now, it's worth noting that the 4 block deep space is subject to change as the back of the build is unfinished, so that gives us a little bit more room to work with. In the end, I came up with this concept. I present to you the Mind Reader, a small device capable of storing tileable arrays of bits and outputting them onto an LED screen. The color scheme is subject to change based on the needs of the full mega build, but the idea stays the same. Let's take a look at how this machine works. It's actually quite simple. The machine is powered by a standard piston feed tape with a binary output. Each block in the line will either display a wool block or a glass block. The reason for this is to have one solid block and one transparent block. Why does this matter? The screen itself is powered by a wall of observers that send a signal through the feed tape on every piston pulse. If the observer is facing a wool block, the redstone signal will travel through the wool and reach the screen, turning on the redstone lamp. However, if the observer outputs into a glass block, the signal will not be able to reach the screen, giving the appearance of a randomized output. On top of the build, I have the piston feed tape being controlled by a minecart running over detector rails on either side. While the feed tape can be activated in any way the builder desires, the reason I chose a minecart was based on the function of a real-life hard drive. A hard drive functions a lot like a record player. There's a spinning disc in the middle known as a platter that is read with a small needle-like structure known as an actuator. The actuator pivots back and forth across the platter to read the bytes held within, thus generating the memory. As a result, I condensed the idea of a spinning device with a reader object pinging back and forth into a simple minecart track. A builder/engineer with more experience than I could incorporate this into the aesthetic of the build itself. You may have noticed that in the center of the feed tape I have installed a solid lime green wool line. This line is the activator for the observers. Every time the pistons fire, the main input observer takes a signal from a new wool block and spreads it across the observer wall like a disco dance floor, resulting in an animated output. Lastly, although the aesthetic design is minimalist, I wanted to highlight the use of tinted glass covering the screen to ensure that the bit reader doesn't distract from the animated eyes due to the two modules' close proximity to each other. The end result is a device that feels just as alive as the town of Magic Mountain Row itself. Thanks for watching.